2025 has been the absolute boom of aesthetics. The clean girl aesthetic, the baddie aesthetic, the Y2K aesthetic, let it go to rest. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this one is different. Open your phone right now and the same image hits you again and again. Slick bun, tiny gold hoops, pale lip balm, an iced matcha, and a reformer Pilates machine in the background. The Pilates Princess aesthetic is the newest aesthetic that the girlies are absolutely addicted to. It's one of the craziest redos from our previous era where everybody wanted to have the most undeniably large and crazy booty. That hourglass shape was everything we ever wanted. Now beauty trends are leaning towards something calmer and softer. Wellness, balance, quiet luxury, but no sweat in sight. The vibe isn't that you're chasing any specific body or any sort of trends, but you're simply just taking care of yourself. But once you step back, you can actually see the price tag, the gatekeeping, and the insane amount of pressure that women have to deal with once they actually step into this lifestyle. You can see how fast an exercise routine turned into an entire personality and a status symbol. Pilates itself can help people, sure. I mean, I love Move with Nicole. A good old Pilates mat workout slays. But the culture around the entire thing is really what I want to talk about today. So you know you better buckle up, besties, because today we are diving into the cult of Pilates, how you can actually get sucked into it and how it might be incredibly dangerous. Originally, Pilates started as a rehab. Joseph Pilates created an entire system to help injured people move better.
Did you know Pilates was invented during World War I by a prisoner of war? I saw a tweet this morning that says, Pilates sounds so cute, dainty, and girly until you realize it's low-key really just military war training. Kind of close. So this man right here, busting it wide open, is Joseph Pilates. Joseph Pilates is the German man who invented Pilates. It's named after him. And he was always into all kind of weightlifting, boxing, gymnastics, bodybuilding, all kinds of stuff like that. So during World War I, Joseph Pilates was interned in a prisoner of war camp, an internment camp, by the British because he was German.
And you know what? That's the tea on that. I love a good history lesson. Springs supported joints. Small ranges trained control. The point wasn't to look like a ballerina in a TikTok. The point was to make your body work again. Over time, it moved into dance studios, celebrity personal training, then glossy boutiques because subjectively, Pilates is very good for your body. The machine stayed the same, but the story around them actually changed. Instead of, this might actually help your back, more and more influencers started to focus more on, this could get you toned and lean. The look that was the byproduct of somebody that was very disciplined became the product. When TikTok and Instagram arrived, the product basically exploded. And then of course, Pilates fit the clean girl aesthetic just like a glove. Small movements, calm music, bright white room, nobody gasping for air, and barely any sweat. You can finish class and still look camera ready. That is a huge reason why it spread so quickly online. A video of somebody lifting weights might actually look messy to one of the girls that is really trying to form their lives around the clean girl aesthetic. But a TikTok full of pink Pilates influencer looks, it's almost peaceful. It photographs better apparently, so of course it sells better. This also made people believe that Pilates was literally the gateway to getting that toned and slim body that they see all over their For You page. Lifting got labeled as bulky and sports just the same got labeled as maybe too intense or even too masculine. Pilates started to get framed as feminine, toning, and lengthening. Influencers helped to lock in that idea by posting their flat washboard abs and titling it My Pilates Routine, as if the routine created that body instead of the other way around. In my Pilates girl era, you watch this and it makes you want to buy. This goes hand in hand with marketing and capitalism, just absolutely everything, because creating an aesthetic helps sell more products. And what girl doesn't want to look that cute, that toned, that slay, doing these beautiful, frilly, girly movements? Just give me a 5-pound dumbbell, girl. I'll do a whole workout with that 5-pound dumbbell. I don't need to spend thousands on reformer Pilates. Does it make you lose weight? Love the aesthetics of this. That's one of the main comments. Loving the aesthetics of this. Where is your set from? OMG, so good. Where can I buy this set? The marketing is genius. The Pilates Princess might spend hours getting ready for the day, but let's be for real, I got about 10 minutes. That is why I absolutely love Typology, a French skincare brand that creates tinted skincare products to enhance your natural features. I absolutely love this routine, and it is all I ever wear when I'm grocery shopping, literally going for a run outside with my dog, or even just laying around the house all day. First, I use the beautiful redness corrector. I struggle with redness and uneven tone all over my face and some other places places as well. And this niacinamide formula instantly balances my cheeks and my nose without completely covering me up. Then the tinted serum. Guys, this is literally one of my favorite products, and I have already gone through one of these. Like, this is an empty. With vitamin C and aloe vera, it evens out my skin tone while still allowing some of my beauty marks to show through. My skin is definitely on the drier side, and this keeps my skin looking fresh and not cakey at all. I also love adding glow drops to my tinted serum. This is an amazing trick if you're feeling like your skin is looking a little bit dull. Sometimes I dab it on my cheekbones, but overall, I love how it mixes in with the serum and it makes everything so incredibly glowy. And then finally, the concealer. This is an empty, you guys. I've been obsessed with this ever since Typology sent it to me. It is an icon in my routine. Caffeine and niacinamide really help to brighten up the under eyes, and it literally sits on the skin so beautifully all day. And the lip oil in powder pink with squalane and jojoba, not only do I use this all over my mouth all day long, but I actually like to use it on my cheeks as a little blushy glow, because not only does it add a beautiful tint, it like makes your skin look gorgeously dewy, bro. Finish everything off with a little bit of mascara, setting powder, and a brow gel, and you are literally ready for the day. These products have replaced so many others in my routine because they wear so naturally, wear beautifully, and they never look too heavy. Typology is my go-to for all of my off days and any sort of errands because I know that it's taking care of my skin while also looking amazing at the exact same time. And a great green flag is at the end of the day when you don't look disgusting, you know those are amazing products. And for my audience, my besties, Typology is giving you guys an amazing exclusive offer. By clicking down below and using my link in the description box, you will get a free hydrating cleansing milk with any $40 purchase for only 1 week. Absolutely take advantage of this opportunity because I cannot tell you guys how much I love Typology. Thank you so much to Typology for sponsoring today's video.
I got my coffee. I'm about to go into Pilates, and it made me realize this is why the girlies love Pilates. The girlies love Pilates because I can throw on my little leather slide, my Ugg slippers, my comfy slides. I can throw on like a flared legging with like a comfy shirt. Okay, I don't need like that much support. I can be comfortable. Throw on a jacket, put my hair in like a little slick back situation, maybe throw on some liner, and I don't have to tie any shoes. I don't want to put on a tight ass legging to the ankle and throw on some socks and tie up a full Nike to go work out. If I have to tie my shoes for this workout, we're not doing it. I'm not doing it.
This makes me think that you like the whole idea and the look of Pilates a lot more than the potential benefits or the exercise. If you say that you don't even want to tie up your shoes, I mean, maybe she's being silly, maybe she's being facetious, but the truth is to go to the gym and put on a little pair of workout shoes, that is the easiest part of the workout, bro. Like the overhead press is what's gonna kill ya. I'd be sweating on the treadmill, seeing the elegant Pilates girls with slick back buns, poised, walking calmly to their classes. I was like, I want in. This makes me feel like you're buying into this aesthetic so much more than you're buying into the benefits and the reason why people really enjoy Pilates for the actual workout itself. Let's be real, when you see all these influencers saying that, oh, it's the Pilates look, I've been doing Pilates for 4 months, look at my incredible, come on.
Now, come on now.
Most of them probably got it from genetics, age, or a couple surgeries here and there, but of course, thousands of women fell for it. Then one of the biggest problems is that the promise got exaggerated. People were told that tiny arm pulses could literally sculpt your arms and give you an hourglass look without sweating at all, and without even any heavy weights, thanks to the Kardashians.
Things you can do to keep it up there.
That makes sense. You should do Pilates.
So I'm doing Pilates tomorrow.
So I'm doing Pilates tomorrow. I saw Kim Kardashian doing Pilates to get ready for Sports Illustrated, so I took Pilates. Or what about when everybody said that Miley Cyrus's beautiful arms in her Grammy performances was like, it's only Pilates. Pilates did that. Only Pilates can get you those arms. Be so for real.
Everyone's been talking about how incredible Miley Cyrus looked at the Grammys and how toned and athletic she looks.
Now, of course, this feels really good to believe, but that's why it spread so quickly. But it just isn't how our bodies change. Pilates can help posture, core control, and joint health. It can be part of a plan to look more defined. But the idea that it is the magic solution and route to a perfect celebrity body without diet, without strength work, without time, is just a massive lie told by influencers. I mean, it's no damn surprise that you obviously can't be eating 7 cheeseburgers a day and go to Pilates and think you're just gonna be snatched. There is so much that goes into a beautiful physique that women try to promote with Pilates, so much further than just the Pilates. Pilates teaches your body how to naturally hold itself. When your core muscles, back muscles, and deep stabilizers around your hips and shoulders are working in balance, your spine stacks better, your chest opens, and your neck stops doing all of the work. When I had a really chronic back injury, literally last year, all I could do was mat Pilates because it was the only thing that actually helped me feel like my entire spine, my lower back, that everything was aligned and nothing was getting off balance with the use of weights. It was really helpful in terms of getting me back into the state where I could actually get back to the gym again. But it's not what helped me lose 15 pounds. Like, that Pilates alone was not going to be the reason that I got my summer body. But of course, this is the exact reason why so many people say that their posture improves. It also helps with body awareness, which can help with other sports, other movements. Slow pace and little cues actually makes you notice your habits, like clenching your glutes, locking your knees, or shrugging your shoulders, which can generally throw you off. When you fix those habits, a lot of the movements become smoother and a lot of that little pain here and there actually begins to fade. That's what I noticed when I actually started doing this for myself, is that it did help to align myself better so that when I would go to the gym, I would definitely get injured less. I would be feeling different workouts in better places rather than feeling it like weirdly in my low back. Oh, when your body hits that undeniable low back pain. Oh, thanks. I love being almost 30.
I've been taking Pilates classes consistently for the last 3 months, going as little as 3 times a week up to 6 times a week, and I want to share the benefits that I've noticed since taking classes as a woman. The posture improvement has been crazy. I feel like I'm somebody who was always slouched over, but ever since I started doing Pilates, I'm noticing when I'm actually slouched over now because it feels uncomfortable, so that feels like a really big win. My core is the strongest it has literally ever been. I used to be a power lifter and bodybuilder, and my core was neglected all the time because I was doing all of the compound movements that my core was strong enough, but obviously that just was not the case. Recently, randomly was challenged to see how long I could hold my plank without knowing what the time was. I had people recording me. It was like a whole thing. I held it for 90 seconds. I thought it was 45 seconds. I held it for 90 seconds. Now, this is all thanks to Pilates specifically because you are not just training your core, you are training your transverse abdominis, which is actually like your deep core, and it wraps like a corset.
Pilates used to be expensive. Now it is expensive. Oh yeah, honey, we will get to that. Pilates, of course, is low impact, which is amazing. The springs guide you instead of slamming your joints, so it's friendly for people with cranky knees, tight hips, or stiff backs. Literally, that's me, girl. That is me in a nutshell. A lot of good studies show that it can help chronic back pain, improves balance, and increases flexibility, which of course we can all use more flexibility. You definitely don't need a PhD to feel it. Do a few weeks of consistent sessions, and getting out of a chair feels easier. Your shoulders sit lower, and your gait looks smoother when you walk. There's also another reason why so many women do enjoy it. It's one of the few fitness spaces that constantly talk about alignment and the pelvic floor, not just about chasing bigger weights or faster times. So of course, this entire space and environment can feel very comfortable for women. You definitely leave class feeling taller and more in control. Your muscles feel nice and snug and tight and pumped. Maybe that was just me. And you also feel energized instead of maybe some people feeling exhausted after they leave the gym from lifting weights. And that's a very big deal for people who maybe aren't huge into fitness and their previous experiences were like fitness boot camps where they had to lift and pump a bunch of weights and then they could like only limp down the stairs for the 2 weeks after. For a lot of women, Pilates feels like it is actually caring for your body instead of completely punishing it. And it's also because of that reason that Pilates has gained so much immense popularity before eventually becoming a massive status symbol. Now, what I mean by that is just think about what these workout videos are really trying to show you. The studio is in a obviously expensive neighborhood. The class is usually $30 to $50 a pop. If you're like me and the only Pilates studio near me, each class is like $100 because they insist it has to be a private session. What? Then of course the package is a few couple hundred a month. The clothes cost more than a car payment, especially when you're marketed by everybody on TikTok to constantly buy more and more of them. I need a baby pink workout set. On my wish list, I need a nude workout set. I need a flared workout set. I need to be a Pilates You don't need anything. You don't need anything, I promise. Like, is it a need or is it a want, honey?
Are people who own Pilates studios okay? You guys are actually charging $42 for a singular class? I don't want any comments either, like, if you're broke, just say that. Like, there's a difference between spending money on yourself versus spending frivolous.
And the problem with that is, like, you can't just go and take a class and be like, great, I learned it. I learned how to the Pilates. I learned how to do the Pilates. No, You're doing the class, and if you want to do it again, you have to go back to the class. They're not teaching you how to do it at home. Like, if you go to a workout class, you can take those weights and go and do that same thing at home. You can remember some of the movements. They are relying on you to continuously go to these classes so that you can keep filling their pockets, because you cannot do Pilates without the instructor. Sure, you might see amazing benefits, but you very rarely can do those same movements at home unless you're doing a YouTube workout on a mat. You cannot do reformer Pilates by yourself.
Like, no way. Are you paying $42 for an hour that's not even private coaching?
Exactly.
No, I love
How about these comments? That's cute. The place near me, $1,000 a month, and they're closed on weekends. Are you okay? I'm sorry. Like, there's a million and one things you could do. If you're chasing health, Pilates is unique. If you're chasing a specific body look, my God, girl, you could do like 4 workouts and achieve the same thing. I swear to you. I swear to you. My boyfriend's a PT. We have to understand when it's a trend and when people are obsessing over an idea versus people that are finding something that helps them. My mom did it for like 7 months because she had a car accident and helped her neck. Then after that, she's like, it is way too expensive to be doing these like weird movements. I could do it at home from the TV. Chill. I'm so glad someone said it. Memberships used to be $60 to $80 a month. Yoga and Pilates studios have gotten out of control. I completely agree. If you're telling me to do a membership and it's like per month, but endless classes, $100 a month, endless classes, I can show up every single day if I want to. Okay, now we're talking. But like 45, you're crazy. Move with Nicole on YouTube gives me my Pilates fix. Yes, she is so good. And oh my God, she is inspiring. Now, the lesson that you start to absorb when you keep looking into these videos and watching this Pilates content, and it's without anyone actually saying it out loud, but it's very simple. This is what put together women do. This is what healthy looks like now. This is you doing self-care for yourself, and it's necessary today. You see celebrities doing it. You see influencers doing it. You see the girl 2 years older than you at your job doing it and telling you it's just totally changing her life. Suddenly, it stops feeling like it's just some simple workout. It feels like a life choice. If you want to belong to that calm, controlled, rich girl lifestyle, then this is kind of what you have to do. When something starts to carry that level of status, people will literally fight and stop at nothing to get inside. And they'll also push people out to keep the status quo strong.
Well, Pilates is really trending right now, but the issue is none of it is actually Pilates. I keep seeing these hot Pilates classes all over here, and honestly, as a Pilates instructor, they look super fun. Like, I actually want to take one of those classes. It looks like a killer workout, but is it Pilates? No. I saw a video of someone in a hot Pilates class swinging a kettlebell and doing like squat jumps. And the thing is, all of this is fine to do different movement modalities. I love different movement modalities. The thing that I have a problem with, and so many Pilates instructors have a problem with, is that everybody's calling like any kind of low impact exercise Pilates these days. They know the name sells, they know it will attract more people, but all it's doing is like confusing people, because there are lots of people out there, believe it or not, that want to take a Pilates class when they go to a Pilates class.
Now, this is where the really ugly stuff starts to show up. There has been story after story of women being specifically rude in certain classes, instructors making rude, snide comments, and beginners feeling like they're just constantly being watched and judged from afar.
So it turns out the young lady who said,
sorry, not sorry,
for saying,
if you're 200 pounds, you shouldn't be in a Pilates class. There's no reason why they should allow 200-pound people in a level 2 class.
And this,
or you shouldn't be allowed to be a Pilates instructor if you have a gut and you're fat.
Now, after the consequences of the things that she said, like losing her job and being kicked out of her Pilates studio, turns out she is in fact.
I'm really sorry.
And the comment section of her apology video, there's a mix of things. There are some people who are accepting of her apology and saying, you know, they really hope that she's learned from this. And then there are people who are like, you're not sorry. You're not sorry. The only reason you care is because you don't have your Pilates privileges in you.
The only reason you care is because people called you out for being so incredibly self-absorbed and narcissistic and rude. What makes you so special? Because what, you can do a leg press on a reformer? Like, take a chill pill, bro. Now, I'm not trying to jump on that train and hate on a woman for making a mistake and saying something that maybe she shouldn't have put on the internet, but this is a perfect example of them creating this closed gate perspective of Pilates as if it's not something that anybody should be able to take part of. Anybody should be able to go to the gym. Anybody should be able to to work towards their goals and not feel judged for it. Unpopular opinion, yeah, Pilates is not for weight loss. I mean, you can't just go and bounce around on something. You have to be in a calorie deficit. There have to be so many things aligned for you to lose weight.
The thing about the Pilates Princess trend is that unless you are naturally very lean and lanky, for you to get to that level of leanness or to be that thin is going to require you to severely restrict calories and to be pretty consumed with trying to get leaner and with weight loss. And when you are severely restricting calories over a long period of time and you are cranking up your activity, maybe you're just even going for, longer walks throughout the day, that is a stressor on your body. And especially as a female, when you dip below your body fat set point and you start getting really lean and thin, a lot of women who are that thin, especially when you look at like the model scene, don't have a consistent period. Their energy levels are super low unless they are taking some sort of stimulant, which is also really common, and they just don't feel good. Now, again, this isn't for everybody, but most women are not naturally just sitting at a very, very lean physique, and it takes a lot of consistent effort and sacrifice to look like that.
When I gained 300 pounds, I paid extra for one-on-one Pilates classes to avoid humiliation. I've lost 90 pounds since then, but still feel afraid to go back. People like her are why plus folks still wear cardigans when it's summer. This is the comment. It is really so sad because when you're talking to just like a group of random people, maybe you don't think it's gonna hit as hard, but some people live so uncomfortably trying to hide themselves. And when you're trying to just go out there and be healthier, do things for your back, do things for your posture, you shouldn't have people judging you. 210-pound Pilates teacher here. Let me go plank for plank with her. No, we don't need to hate. This is just something that I seriously had to share because obviously there's a whole dark side to this that people don't talk about. A person takes a method that can help lots of other women and tries to turn it into a club for one kind of body. That's just clear prejudice. Like, get out of town, girl. She shouldn't have to preface that she has experience. Even if you don't have experience, nobody should mess with you at a Pilates class. Bro, and could you imagine how much these people pay to be at that class only to be told off by some loser?
I took my first reformer Pilates class about 3 months ago, and I haven't been back since then. So I started doing Pilates about 6 months ago, and I fell in love. I was full bodybuilding girly, and the second I tried Pilates, I fell in love. Pilates is incredible. I was doing mat classes and I wanted to try reformer Pilates. So I found a Pilates studio in my city and it looked beautiful and I signed up for a class. I was super excited to go. I was very nervous because it was my first time doing reformer Pilates and I was going to the class by myself. I didn't have a friend with me. And there's that like nervousness that you're gonna mess up, you're gonna embarrass yourself in front of people, but I am used to putting myself out there. So I show up to the class, I walk in the door, and there is a little sitting area with like a couch and a few chairs. It was a 5-girl class. I was the 5th girl to show up. All of the girls were already there. The instructor is sitting in one of the chairs, and I'm standing in the doorway. She looks at me. She's in conversation with the other girls. She stops her conversation with the other girls. She turns. She looks at me like this. And then turns back to the girl she was talking to and continues her conversation. Not a single word to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. And I'm looking around the studio to try to get my bearings and figure out where to go, what to do. I'm like all awkward. Where do I go? I see a cubby, a wall of cubbies, and I go over to the wall. I try to find an empty cubby. She turns to me and she goes, "Is it your first time?" And I'm like, yeah, it's my first. I've never taken a reformer class before. It's my first class. She goes, "Okay, you need grip socks. If you don't have any, just go barefoot." And I'm like, okay, great. Can't wait. Then it's time to do the class. We walk over to the reformers. Again, there's 5 reformers. She points to one. She's still talking amongst the other girls. They're talking, laughing, having a great time. It's very obvious they all know each other. I felt like I was back in high school and this was a clique of mean girls. I felt very uncomfortable, very unwanted there, like I was interrupting something. I paid $40 for this class. We treated like dog shit. So we walk over to the reformers and she points to one and she's like, "That's yours." I'm like, okay, I don't know how to use this thing. I don't know the anatomy of it. I don't know anything. I'm so confused. I look frazzled. So she comes over and like audibly sighs, is like, "These are the springs. This is the bar." Like, she explains the whole anatomy of the reformer.
Honestly, that's why I stopped attending yoga. Same girl. Are you kidding me? I literally called an instructor out for this and she simply said, either I can leave and get a refund or we can treat each other respectfully. And you know what? This is exactly it. What do you mean? Why are you being so rude? At this point, when a beginner experiences these horrible moments in Pilates, they decide by default that they don't belong in a movement space. That's the harm. It's that weird us versus them thing. We lengthen, but they bulk. We're feminine, but they're gym bros. And I'm a proud gym bro. I love going to the gym. It's this weird membership, mean girl gatekeeping. Like, what is that?
Initially, I thought that the problem is with LA people doing Pilates, but I've noticed the same exact trend here in OC, and that is that Pilates girlies do not come off as nice. I totally get it. While you're in your workout and you're trying to survive and fight to hold a position, you don't feel like smiling or being nice to anybody around you. And my face probably looks like this the entire time I'm in the class. But before and after the class, I always try to smile at people, maybe say hi, but I don't get the same in return. Most of the time, I just get a very dirty look like, what do you want from me? I am just wondering why it is not so difficult to smile, to tell somebody, hey, you did a really good job.
People feel safe inside the routine and superior when they feel like they've mastered it, especially more than the beginners. None of those things are specifically unique to Pilates. You'll see the same patterns in other boutique trends like yoga groups, running clubs, even in cross training. The difference here is how closely the identity is tied to looking a specific way. The tighter that link gets, the harsher the room becomes towards anyone who doesn't match their favorite Pilates instructor. There's a bigger social reason as to why Pilates pulled so many women in. It somehow promised a body that is very popular in pop culture right now. A flat stomach without popping six-pack abs, slim arms with a little roundness in the shoulder cap, long-looking limbs, and a straight posture. This is all very trend-based. I have done everything from like not training my arms at all, and just this is not my experience. I could rip 20 push-ups, like literally like hardcore military push-ups, and I'm actually the strongest I've ever been right now, and my arms have never looked more beautiful and toned and like actually nice looking. There have been times where I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do any upper body things. I'm not gonna do anything for my arms because I don't want to look like a man. I don't want to be bulky. My arms were flabby. My arms literally look like Black Forest ham. What works for each person is gonna be totally different. People are either getting into Pilates because they're being sold this aesthetic and this idea and something that they think they're going to achieve, or they just want to be a part of something, or they're doing Pilates for actual health benefits and it's just something that they enjoy. And people getting into exercising, all you have to do is find what you enjoy. I've done Pilates. I find it really boring. It is boring to me. Like whether I'm at a reformer class or I'm doing it on a mat at home, I'm only doing it for the health benefits, not because I enjoy it. I love to go to the gym, listen to really loud music, take pre-workout, lift really heavy, look at my arms in the mirror, feel really good about myself. That is like my own time for myself. And if I can do it, I will. But I've also been going to the gym since I was 16. So it's just what I really enjoy doing. I just don't like when people sell an unrealistic expectation to people that don't know much about weightlifting and the gym in general, because that's where it starts to get this weird gray line. Are you trying to sell me on a lifestyle because it's what you like, or because you think we should all look a certain way and we should all, or what is it? They're all going for the it's the fit but not trying look. That doesn't work for me. Pilates started as a practical, rehab-friendly way to help people move well and move better. Then all of the status symbols piled on. The price, the celebrities, the influencers, the clothes, the marketing, the idea that you will be a certain type of woman if you're doing Pilates. And of course, you guys have to understand, Pilates itself is not a scam. It's very beneficial in its own right. But at the end of the day, the cult around it absolutely can be. You don't need a perfect studio or a perfect setup to get the real and true benefits of Pilates. All you need is consistency, patience, and a plan that actually fits your lifestyle and your budget, just like any exercise routine, whether it was at the gym, doing sports, CrossFit training, or Pilates. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please throw a big fat thumbs up and also comment down below. Have you guys tried Pilates or have you enjoyed it? Honestly, I'm gonna tell you guys for real, don't spend any money on going to a reformer class unless you really want to. There are so many incredible instructors and YouTube videos out there if you want to try mat Pilates. I think you would definitely enjoy it. And for all the gym girlies in my comments, like, I'm sorry, you can't make me give up the gym to roll around on a mat. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, you can go ahead and click here to learn about why every single person is starting to look the same. It's starting to look kind of weird. It's starting to get kind of weird. Or you guys can go ahead and click here to learn all about how fillers are literally the devil. You guys do not fill your faces. You're perfect literally as you are. You guys know I make these videos because I love you and I truly want the best for you. I hope you have an amazing day or night or whenever you're watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.